Some people don't know who they are.
Many people don't. A lot of people don't know who they are. But that's okay. You can always figure it out.
What advice would you give somebody?
Trying to figure out who they is.
Yeah.
To figure out who you is, number one, you gotta get out. You gotta get away from your comfort zone. That's how you figure out who you are. You know what I mean? Once you're out your comfort zone and shit that you used to, that you can live in easily, you know what I'm saying, you'll find out what you is, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta be put in situations, goddamn, like throw it in the jungle sometimes, you know what I'm saying? What's some clouds? That's deep ball. Well, you vote for me. You giving out hot chicken plates first Friday.
When you go in a business, so that you're not going through stuff alone and you're not, you're trying to figure it out along the way. Because you got to take bumps and bruises with anything you do.
And you need a good team. Like you said, you need a good team because you can't do everything. That's one thing you'll learn too about becoming an entrepreneur.
But you should still know about the positions.
Oh yeah, you should learn as much as you can. But as far as you executing every task yourself, you'll be spreading yourself thin and you really won't be doing what you're the best at. That's what I've learned about business. You got to do what you're best at and put people in the position that they're best at to make it pop, you know what I mean? It's a machine. Running a business is a machine. Everybody got to do their part. Nobody is more important or less important, you know what I mean? It's a machine. Everything got to work for it to keep ticking.
Do you think that the way you approach life, do you think that's the thing that separated you? The fact that you don't care, not that you don't care what people think, but it doesn't affect you in a way that it would affect a lot of people. And you can kind of navigate and be confident.
Yes, definitely. People can get discouraged and, their peers, parents, family members, friends. If you feel like they're not supportive of what you're doing, sometimes it can make you feel like what you're doing, you shouldn't be putting your energy into. So it's like, you have to learn to make sure that you like what you're doing and you're willing to put your all into it, whether you get support or not. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. Because everybody's not going to support you in everything you do in every venture you take. You know what I mean? And that don't make them a bad person either. That's the other thing. When people don't support you, don't think that they're a bad person. Just, their energy might not be in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is too.
Because for each episode, I like to talk to, whomever the topic may be, you know what I mean? What would you say to the boys that be trying to hustle in school still? Like, what advice would you give to the water boys that be out in Atlanta? Out there all day, you know what I mean?
I think it's cool what they're doing, but I think they need to make sure it remains some type of barrier of respect in what they're doing, because it's like there need to be some rules and regulations for it, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been hearing that they've been hurting each other, and it's all supposed to be to help them come up. And I don't think that whenever you're trying to come up, I don't think people should be getting hurt or going down from trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? So I think they need to figure out a way to make it a team sport, and so they can all benefit from it if they all going to be out there. But I don't think that one person should have all the money and another person out there watching them make a bunch of money all day, and it's like it's gonna create a rift and it's not gonna work out correctly. You know what I'm saying? But I do think it's better than them hustling other things and getting into other activities to try to get money or whatever they're trying to get. So I'm 50-50 on the water boys. I fuck with them, but I don't, because it's like I would hate for me not buying the water would lead to an act of violence against me, or me having to do an act of violence against somebody else because I don't purchase a bottle of water, you know what I mean? And I've seen them get very aggressive at times with their water selling. So if it's positive, I'm with it, but when the negatives come in with it, I'm not for it at all. And I don't think that if somebody get hurt from it, I don't think that should be done at all no more, period. You know what I'm saying? Just period. There's other ways to get money, you know what I mean?
I like it.
I like the hustle though, and the drive. I do like that. They go up there and get it instead of waiting for somebody to give you something. I do like that. I like that part of it a lot. You know what I mean?
But there's a certain way to do it. There's structure that should be there.
It needs some order to it, just a bit. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%. I feel like if somebody would tell them that they can do it, and I don't know like the laws and stuff like that. But as far as getting an LLC, you know what I mean, trying to make it official, maybe get matching shirts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, kind of look
Branded the right way. Yeah. Make it well. That, you know what? That would be good to do it that way. You know what I mean? Instead of
It make other people look.
respect it a little more, and it'll make it more respectable how you dealing with it. Yeah, yourself. It's like you approach it with more of a. It's more like a charity to me right now than a business. It's a handout because it's like half of the times I've bought in the water, I don't even drink it. I just buy it and get them money to support them. So it's like it'll be more structured as a business. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they should make it into a non-profit, a 501c from it. They selling all the water, and maybe they would. I think it would be a great business then because I think everybody's really helping them out to support charity because obviously everywhere they're at is a store right there selling water. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're pricing it too.
So you know what I mean? So that's a great idea. Maybe somebody should formulate them. Make like a new Boy Scouts with the water boys, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. And bring them all together so they can work together and make some money. Everybody can come up, you know what I mean? Definitely love that hustle though.
What kind of hustles did you have as a kid?
Every hustle. Every hustle. I done cut grass before. I done been a pizza delivery boy. I tried to sell candy in school before. I've sold bootleg CDs before. I mean, just anything to try to make a couple of bucks. But every hustle you can think of. If it's a task, I've probably participated in it once or twice. You know what I mean? To try to achieve some money. Definitely. And some other things too that I probably shouldn't have done. But hey, that's life. You know, you go, you live, and you learn.
What gave you that aware? I mean, I know I'm probably digging in, but like, just the science of it. Because I feel like some people, I'm just trying to figure out how people wire certain ways and why some people don't, they find where they at. You know what I mean? They don't never try to
Grow. Well, I think with me, I just, like I said, I always observe. And it's like wherever I'm at and I'm observing the things that are making me happy in life, I'm content with them. But I also always know that in some other place, in some other world, it's somebody that's living a life that I'm not even tapping into 1% of, you know what I'm saying, what life is really like because, you know what I'm saying, I'm not at that level yet. Or, you know what I'm saying, I'm not at that financial level yet to where I can live how I really want to live, you know what I'm saying, without having to wake up trying to make my next dollar, you know what I'm saying, to make it make sense for me, you know what I'm saying? So I always thought bigger. I was like, if I'm doing this right here, if I'm in this kind of house, I want to be in a house like Bill Gates. I want to be in a smart house where the house, you know what I'm saying, and turn the AC on for me, clean the house up by itself for me. There's people living like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's no reason for them to be living like that and me not to be able to live like that at some point too. So it's like, I think exposure help you out a lot. When you get exposed to more, it'll make you want more, you know what I'm saying? When you're around the same environment all the time, I think that it kind of give you a contentment that's unrealistic, you know what I'm saying? It's basically like if somebody asks you, what do you like? And it's like, you really can't tell them because you ain't tried everything to know what you do or don't like, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody say, what do you like to do? I'm like, I don't know, I ain't tried everything yet, you know what I'm saying, to find out. So it's like, I think that people definitely should try things and find out more. And they'll, you know what I'm saying, you'll know what you want out of life a little more.
Yeah. The last interview we did with Teresa Easton, she was talking about how what she did was, besides teach, she was a teacher for over 25 years. What she did after school was she would take the kids for her chess team and she would just take them places, take them to tournaments and stuff like that. But what she was saying was she hates when people ask kids, you know, what they want or what do they like or what they want to do sometimes, because it's like you could have Publix brand ice cream and you could have Haagen-Dazs. But if you only eat one side, you're going to say Haagen-Dazs. So introduce the kid to something, introduce this person to something. Don't just, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know?
So they can get a chance to like a new experience, yeah, because you got to try it, you know what I'm saying, to find out. I definitely think people should be open to trying new things and new ideas and not judging people and pushing them away, bringing people more closer than pushing them away, you know what I mean? A lot of people are pushing people away, especially right now. in these times when we need to be together.
What made you want the Haagen-Dazs?
The,
For real.
it tastes better. No, I'm just- nah, I'm just kidding. It's just I believe in the saying you get what you pay for. So if you pay more, you're probably getting more. Not necessarily that's the case all the time, but I just do believe that. I believe that if you're cutting a corner, sometimes you get shabby work. Sometimes you get shabby material. So I'm kind of into. I want the best of the quality of things, even if I can go with having a cheaper version of it, an economical version. I'd rather have the best. If I know that this is the highest quality and this is the best one it's made, I want that. That's just me personally. You know what I mean? Some people would rather say, hey, I'm trying to save every coin on everything, you know what I'm saying, to make it work out for me. But I want the best if I want some. I don't want it at the shabby version, you know what I mean?
You want the legit version?
I want the iPhone, not the Android. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, just realistic. Realistic. No.
I see what you're saying. I think that's good, man. I feel like a lot of people should just go for it. Well, some people need to be pushed into it. Some people need to be pushed into the pool. You know what I mean? I was definitely like that for sure. I didn't want to know how to swim until I had to go and test it out. Got thrown in.
You're right, because like I say, with me, a lot of stuff kind of just came natural to me from me just being alive. But I've met people who told me like they had to read books to obtain self-confidence and to know their worth and stuff. They read self-help books, you know what I'm saying? I've never thought about reading a book to help me with my problems before, you know what I'm saying? But I imagine it could help somebody out, you know what I'm saying? If something could explain to you, you know what I'm saying, a better perspective of an outlook of how you should look at life, you know what I'm saying, to make you be more happier and make you be more confident and know that you're an important person. Because I do believe that everybody is important. I just think that everybody is not trying to really fulfill their purpose, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to find your purpose, so I understand why it's not being fulfilled. It's not very easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That shit's hard, man. When you got all the stuff flying at you, you
Right.
might think you like this thing, you might want to be a vegan one day, you might want to do something else. There's some other stuff come, and it's a lot of information.
Definitely.
A lot of information.
Definitely.
A lot of stuff to sift through. You just got to start mining for it.
Yep.
Mining for it little by little bit. So what got you from where you was then, hustling, getting your stuff together, to actually owning a club, man? Like that's a big step.
Saving, planning, doing a lot of planning, and just really talking to a lot of people who was doing what I was trying to get into, you know what I'm saying, speaking with them, learning what steps it probably took to get them started, you know what I mean? I would say anybody who's trying to get into business or entrepreneurial, keywords, if you're young, I would tell you, keep your credit good, keep your credit together, because you may need a loan to get into your business. You may need a loan to do a lot of things in your business.
Some people scared of loans, man.
I
I know I was.
I can be honest, I can understand that, because I would think that before I would get a loan, I would think that you need a sound plan. I would tell you that. If you got a plan that you think is going to win, I don't think you would be scared to get a loan, you know what I mean? But if you think your idea is iffy, then I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I would understand too. Me personally, I saved a lot of money and worked hard. I didn't actually take the loan route. But I know if I would have had the loan, it would have streamlined a lot of things for me, you know what I mean? So keep your credit together, you know what I'm saying? It can definitely help you in times. And then people judge you off of it when you're doing business, you know what I'm saying? Certain instances when you're trying to do stuff, dealing with certain banks, dealing with just getting accounts with certain companies to do business with them, they check your credit on everything. So I would advise people to keep your credit good, research whatever you're trying to do, learn whatever you're about to ask somebody else to do for you, try to learn their job before they do it for you, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to know it to their degree, but you need to know what they're doing for you so that you aren't blind. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have people working for them and they're always in the blind. They do everything. People got accountants, they don't know anything about their taxes. People got people that schedule everything, they don't know how to order things, don't know how to do anything, you know what I'm saying? So like I say, learn every position in the business if you want to own a business. Learn every position. In my bar and grill, when I was owning it before COVID, I cooked, cleaned. I cooked, cleaned, I did everything in the club, from security to maintenance to anything. It's like, so I understood all that went into it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's very important. Other than that, it's that drive and determination. You gotta want something. You gotta have a desire for it, and then you gotta have the drive to actually go out and do it. So it's like, a lot of times in life, people have one of them. You'll have the desire to want something, but you might not have the drive to do it. Or you might have the drive to go out and go get up there and do it, but you don't have a desire that you're really trying to achieve. So it's like it's a balance. I think that if you got both of those, you're headed in the right direction as far as being an entrepreneur. And entrepreneur is very hard work. It's not a quick payoff. So I wouldn't advise it for everybody. I would advise it for people who are trying to achieve their dreams and are willing to go through hell to get to there. You know what I mean? That's what it is. If anybody tells you that it's easy, I don't know how it can be, because I've spent many restless nights trying to make my business go where it was trying to go. So